Well, hello everyone. Long time no see. It's been a long while, but the Hart Critic is back, and here with my top 10 films of 2012. Remember, this list is my opinion. It is not a representation of everyone. It is just my personal favourite movies of 2012. Now, I have missed out on quite a few good films this year which I want to see, but from what I've seen this year, there has been a lot of good films anyway, and this list was actually a little harder than usual to compile. I'm going to first give out a few honourable mentions to The Avengers, Looper, Amazing Spider-Man and Prometheus. All really good films in their own right, but didn't quite make the list. So here goes. At number 10 we have Chronicle. Amidst all the found footage films we get this year, this has to be one of the best. It does things the right way, and I think director Josh Trank did really good with his directorial debut. It's well made, has good acting, and it's my number 10 for giving us a proper good found footage style film. At number 9 we have Beasts of the Southern Wild, an American indie film that also managed to stand on its own. It is a unique and wonderful film. The first half is really great and really strong. It does seem to veer a bit in the middle, but delivers a satisfying ending. And considering most of the cast are either first-time actors or not even actors at all, they do a really great job here. It's really good stuff and it deserves the praise that it's getting. At number 8 we have a film that is sure to top many critics' lists. I'm referring of course to Paul Thomas Anderson's The Master. Now this film is incredibly well crafted and has superb performances from Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour Hoffman, who helped create these fantastic moments within the film. Now I don't feel it's as great as a lot of people make it out to be. As far as craftsmanship goes, it's an exceedingly solid film, and if you've ever wanted to see Philip Seymour Hoffman have a hand job from Amy Adams, then this film is for you. My number 8 film, The Master. So at number 7 we have Moonrise Kingdom, a wonderful little film by Wes Anderson that has fantastic cinematography and good casting, featuring the likes of Bill Murray, Edward Norton and Bruce Willis. The film seems to live in its own sort of world, and it's just a great little watch, and it's my number 7. Moving on, now we all know that film adaptations of video games don't usually turn out that good, which is why at number 6 I have a candidate for one of the best film adaptations of a video game ever made, and that is the Japanese film Ace Attorney. Based on the Ace Attorney video game series and directed by one of my favourite directors, Takashi Miike. This film is a thoroughly enjoyable watch, and if you're a fan of the video game series, which I also am, you're sure to like it. The story is actually based on the first 5 cases of the first Phoenix Wright game, and there are these nice little references from the game which are used for great comic value. And this just really shows Miike's talents of his director, just being able to make this really solid, really entertaining film. And that's why it's my number 6. So now we are down to the top 5, and at number 5 I have The Dark Knight Rises. Though not as great as Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises is an exceedingly satisfying grand finale to the Nolan Batman trilogy. I love Tom Hardy's Bane, I think he's a great villain. But also Michael Caine seems to be the scene stealer in this movie. He really brings out the emotion in the scenes and almost brings a tear to your eye. It's far from a flawless film, but it's just a grand and epic and thoroughly enjoyable end to the Batman film series. Moving on to number 4, we got a French film called Holy Motors, a highly unique film by Léos Carax. I was constantly engrossed and fascinated by this film. It's very strange, especially the end scene, but that's all a part of its charm. There's also a scene in here which is a reference to a segment which Kara directed in an anthology film called Tokyo, which I had seen sometime last year. So it was great to see a similar scene like that in this film. There truly is some great filmmaking here. I highly recommend it. It's not for everyone, but it's my number 4. So at number 3 we have Sightseers, probably the funniest film that I've seen this year. It is a great black comedy that works on so many levels. It's Ben Wheatley's 3rd film, and I think it's his best. The 2 main actors have great chemistry together, and it is just really funny, really enjoyable, really dark, and I just loved it. So it's number 2 time. Now this will probably seem a very unusual choice for some people, because my number 2 choice is Perks of Being a Wallflower. Now, I am a sucker for films where I truly empathise with the main character, and there are very few films where I can do that, and this is one of those few films where I do, and it really helped me enjoy this film a boatload. It's really well made, it's really well acted, you've got the beautiful Emma Watson. It just left me in a really good mood and actually stayed on my mind for a good few days, which is very rare for a film to do. It may not have the same uniqueness as most of the films on this list, but I just really loved it and it just had to be number 2. So now it's time for my number 1 film of 2012, and that is Sean Sono's Himizu. This film is just utterly fantastic. It's one of Sean Sono's best, and it is just incredible, powerful, emotional. It is just great. Sean Sono is one of the best filmmakers going today, and this really showcases that. The main lead actor, Shota Somatani, does an absolute great job with his character, and so does the rest of the cast. The rest of us do a great job. It's really well made, really well executed, and it just has to be my number 1 film of 2012. But other than that, look out, because I may be putting up top 10 albums of 2012 within the next few days. But other than that, I am the Hart Critic, and this has been my heartfelt opinion. I shall see you next time.